Well, we are on. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another High Masterclass. This time for our High Masterclass number 34. Who would have thought that we would reach 34 High Masterclasses? And today we have a really special event prepared for you. We are talking about monetizing user experiences. We have today our beautiful Natalie and our beautiful Rafaela with us, our UX designers here at High Interactive. And yeah, today they will talk about monetizing user experience. They will in the description you will have an article that both of them written about this topic, and also another informations that will be talked about during this presentation. So be sure to check it out on the description of this video. And yeah, I will pass the presentation to Natalie and Rafaela in a second. But before that, let me ask you to drop us a like, follow our channel, and stay tuned for previous events to come. We have a really full month of May prepared for you in terms of events here on our YouTube channel, and we want you to check them all. And yeah, hi Natalie, hi Rafaela. I didn't say
Hi.
hi yet.
Hello.
How are the both of you? Are you fine and ready to kick this presentation on?
Yes, let's go.
Yes. Let's
Yeah,
begin it.
let's do that.
Okay. So, to start, explaining a little bit more about this masterclass. As João said, we are going to talk about how we can monetize your apps with the user experience. So, thinking about strategies, for financial growth with UX. Have you wondered how the most successful apps and websites turn user UX into financial success? This masterclass is about that. So, how we can leverage UX for growth, for business growth. Whether you are a UX designer, a product manager, a entrepreneur, or a marketeer, this masterclass have the goal to equip with you with the knowledge and tools to transform your user experience into a powerful engine for financial growth. So let's start with what is important, the content that we want to share with you today. So this guy here, it's Andre. He is a product manager at HR Pro, a human resources managed platform designed for a medium and large companies. But now Andre is facing some challenges in his app. So he has problems with the retention his clients. They are struggling to keep clients using his platform. Their support are overload. Their team spends a lot of time on client support calls, and they have a lot of ticket trouble. Many hours are dedicated to solving user tickets. In short, Andre needs our help, the help of expert company in UX design to improve, boost his client retention, reduce his support load, and streamline the user experience. So let's work together to find solutions to solve Andres' problems. Now, as we said, he has a specific goal. How can he build a better HR Pro? Our top priorities for his platform would be increase customer loyalty. So we want happy and engaged users who see HR Pro as an essential tool. Boost customer satisfaction. So satisfied users are more likely to stick around and recommend his platform, and reduce support requests. So by creating a more intuitive platform, we can free and support the team for more complex issues. And to achieve these goals, Andrea has partnered with a UX design specialist company that is Rose, that we are going to see her in a moment. So this team will provide the activities and decision making framework to create user experience that addresses his platform challenges. And well, together we can transform his business to success. Um, Analyze regarding the data analysis reveal some concerning trends that he should have in consideration. The platform analytics, by analyzing user behavior data, we gain, valuable insights into user journeys. So this help us to identify potential problems areas within the platform. And with user surveys, we receive feedback from a significant sample of user through surveys. And this direct feedback provides us a clear picture of the user experience and the and the satisfaction level from the users. So the support tickets surge, but the most alarming finding came from the analyzing the support tickets volume. Compared to the same period last year, we've seen a 35% increase in support tickets received in the first 3 months of this year. So what this tells us, that increase user issues, the significant rise in the support indicates that the users are encountering more problems when using the platform, and an unsuccessful change also clear that the changes implemented at the end of the last year, in this case of the Andrea platform, haven't had the positive impact we are hoping for. So the takeaway is that this data has a clear picture that HR Pro needs a significant improvement to enhance the user's experience and to reduce the support ticket. That was the goal that we were talking about at the beginning. So we have here a challenge of optimization. The company that is helping Andreas, the Rose companies, have heard valuable recommendations. Oh, actually, sorry. Andreas has heard valuable recommendations from the design consultants, but he's facing a few problems. So how he's going to implement this roadmap? He understands that he needs to improve efficiency and speed, but he lacks a clear roadmap on how to achieve those goals. So, and the investment strategy. He's not sure about the level of investment that he needs and how to allocate those resources effectively. So we will have here this design thinking approach, and in this case, to address the specific challenges that Andrea has, this iterative process to help him solve his problems will include usability testing. So we can observe real users interacting with the platform to identify usability problems and areas for improvement. And content workshops. So through workshops, we will analyze the platform's content and the user interactions to ensure clarity and ease of use and a positive user experience. Then he has related to data-driven decisions. We can do A/B testing, so we can conduct A/B testing to compare different design variations and functionality changes, and this will allow us to make data-driven decisions about the most effective improvements. And then prototyping that before committing with the full scale of development and investing time on that, we can create prototype to test and propose changes with real users and based on real feedback and real scenarios, real use cases. So by following this data-driven approach, we will be able to identify the most impactful changes for HR Pro and optimize for efficiency and the speed and make the best possible invest decisions for André. And finally, about this use case of the André's company, before we dive into specific improvements, we can calculate the return of investment that is crucial. So here's how this will benefit in this case André, but well, all the companies that take this approach. So we can measure success. Return of investment will provide a clear and objective way to the effectiveness of our efforts to improve his platform, and it allows us to see if the changes we make generate a positive return in the investment and informed decisions. So by using the calculating the return of investment, we can make smarter decisions about the future investments. We can prioritize projects based on their potentials to generate positive return and maximize these financial outcomes. And the resource allocation, that was a question that Andrea has before, will help us ensure efficiency on the resources. By understanding the return we get on our investments, we can allocate resources strategically to projects with the highest potential impact. So we can think of the return of investment as a yardstick, that it helps us to measure the value we get from our efforts and ensures that we are investing in initiatives that contribute to the success, in this case, the HR Pro success, so the companies that André is trying to improve. So now we are going to talk about the importance of ROI. Go on, Rafaela.
Okay, thank you. I will talk about why we should invest in UX. Can go to the next slide, please. Here we have a study made by McKinsey of more than 300 companies, and it found that companies with a strong focus on design performance performed better in terms of revenue growth, profitability, and customer satisfaction. So you can access this article using this QR code, and that's a very important article, very interesting one, because this report is very interesting because it identifies three main ways in which design can create value for companies. So we have here these 3 points. Is a kind of a summary of the whole article. So product and service innovation. So design can help companies develop new and innovative products and services that meet customers' needs. And we need to pay attention that it's not just develop application, but also service, and not just product, but the whole flow behind the application. It also meets the needs of the market, and because we all know that the technology market is very competitive and very fast. So it's why if you increase your customers' expectations and give it to them what they want, you achieve your goals more easily. Improved customer experience. Design can create more pleasant and efficient customer experience, which leads to increased customer loyalty and satisfaction. So as we know, satisfied customers mean balanced company finances. Also, operational efficiency. Design can help companies to improve their process and operations, as I told. And we designers can help to improve the way people work, organize the workflow, make process faster and more efficient. So the report concludes that design is a powerful tool that can help companies create value for their customers and shareholders. Companies that invest in design can expect to see significant return of their investments. This is the main result of this interesting article. Now we can go to the next one. Why should you invest in UX? Here we have more two interesting articles that present a series of statistics on design. In the end of this masterclass, you can see them and read them. That's very important if you want to talk with your stakeholders, if you are a designer or a customer experience manager, and you want to show how data is important for your work. So you have a big list of data in these two articles. You can use it to help you. What I bring here, we bring here just 4 points to discuss, but we have more there. To invest in user experience produces significant returns, ranging for $2 to $100 over for every dollar spent. This statistics underlines the immersive value of prioritizing UX design and how it can generate substantial financial gains for companies. The next point is strategic user experience has the remarkable potential to increase the conversion rates by up to 400%. This is one of several metrics that can focus on and significantly increase results if we so wish. So also in these articles, you can find more metrics and the results that you can achieve with each one if you do a very good user experience. And finally, these two last points. Studies indicate that 30% of the customers are likely to share negative experience with 50 or more people that are detractors. In contrast of 72% who will share positive experience with 6 or more people that are the promoters of the platform. What this shows us is that it underlines the critical impact of user experience on brand reputation and word of mouth marketing. Highlight the importance of improving exceptional experience to promote positive customer feelings. So at the end of the workshop, I invite you to read these articles because they are very interesting. They are important piece of information that complement all what you are showing today to you. And the next slide, please. Thank you. As a UX design is crucial to understand the close relationship between user experience and the return on investment. When companies prioritize UX design and deliver great user experience, they typically witness great customer loyalty, better conversion rates, and better brand perception. This can generate sustainable growth. So investing in UX improvement will generate better usability for products and services and make process simpler and more agile. This will generate more revenue and which will allow to continue investing. So it's a cycle. It's not a line that you do a action, you receive the final goal and then stop there. No, this is a cycle of investment, and you can build a whole roadmap thinking on this, and grow your product doing the investments based on data. So in other words, that what we have is a cycle of investments and results, and what we can calculate in ROI for us is to map this growth and to provide us with information to make more informed investments and decisions. Okay, so I will give the word to Natalie again. And can you go ahead, Natalie?
Okay, so as Rafaela was saying, to track this growth and to continue investment and make informed decisions, we need to establish some goals, some KPIs, and that's what we are going to show and share now. So by integrating a clear and measurable OKRs that I'm going to explain next, relevant KPIs and meaningful UX metrics, design teams can comprehensively evaluate project performance, identify areas for improvement, and optimize the user experience to drive the return of investment. And this is what Rosa here, from the company that is helping Andre, will help him to do, to establish a plan, define some goals, to know which areas they need to improve, so that Andre can start to increase the revenues of his company. So before I talked about OKR, so objectives and key results. Those are broader goal setting framework. They define the overall goals you want to achieve, the what. So you are here trying to define the what, and then set measurable key results to track progress towards those goals, the how. So OKRs are more aspirational and can be qualitative as well as quantitative. And in UX design, OKRs might focus on improving user satisfaction or increasing user engagement. And you have the KPR, so the key performance indicators. Sorry, going back to the last slide, I forget to share that in this case, the use case that we were talking about of Andres companies, his OKRs for the problems that we started talking at the beginning, his OKRs are increase the customer loyalty, customer satisfaction, increase the customer satisfaction, and reduce the support requests that he has. Now back again to the KPR. So in this the KPRs are specific measurable metrics that track how well a particular aspect of the user experience is performing. So the KPIs are all about outcomes that provide a snapshot of a success in a particular area. For example, a UX KPI might be the task completion rate for a specific feature, or the average time that users take to complete a checkout process, for example. In this case, in the case of the Andreas platform, he wants to reduce the percentage of the services requests. We saw at the beginning, if I am not wrong, that were 35% they increased last year. So he wants to reduce that number. He wants to increase the customer retention rates. And in here, for the KPIs, we should establish by each percentage they want to achieve on the KPIs, and improve the customer satisfaction. And finally, We have the UX metrics that are data points you use to measure how users interact with your product or service. They provide insights into the user experience and they help you to understand how effective your design is. And Rafaela will talk about this at next part. So to be clear about the difference between KPIs and OKRs, KPIs can be used to define a key result within the OKR. For example, an OKR to improve user satisfaction might have a key result of increasing the task completion rate by a certain percentage. Both OKRs and KPIs are important for UX design. KPIs will help you to track progress toward your goals, while OKRs ensure that your UX efforts are aligned with the overall business goals. Some benefits of the OKRs metrics. They will improve the usability by identify usability problems. They can increase user satisfaction by understanding how users feel about your product, and they can bring better business outcomes. So a positive user experience can always lead to an increased customer loyalty and higher conversion rates and more, as Rafaela was explaining on the studies by McKinsey and the examples that she was showing before. So now move on to Rafaela, sharing a little bit about data collection methods, right?
Yes, yes. That's what we do as UX designers. So you can go to the next slide, please. You start showing what do I need to calculate experience? After we decide on the projects, the OKRs and the metrics that we will follow over time, it's important to define the activities that will be carried out. So the best practice is to combine quantitative and qualitative research. Quantitative research involves collecting numerical data to measure user behavior and interactions, providing a statistic insight into user preference and patterns. So here we have numbers, graphics, and percentages to show. That's very important part of research. And then on the other hand, we can do qualitative research, and you need to do focus on collecting insights and perceptions, attitudes, and motivations of the users. The methods we use are interview, observations, ability tests. You have to talk with the users and understand their mental mind, mental map, their emotions, desires, pain points, more about connection with the users, and understand how the data that you had in quantitative research can fit if you are listening with the users and listening what they are saying to us. So here in the right, you have a graphic that organizes the different forms of search. And it also has an article that you can read. It was taken from this graphic was taken from the article writing by the Spotify team. Design team, where they show the different ways of combining searches and the problems that can occur when you combine quantitative and qualitative. So, and how to solve it. That is a very interesting, especially for UX design, UX research, understand how to handle with this data. So can go to the next slide. So here we come back to HR Pro example. Our friend here, Rose, is going to start her design activities. It begins by prioritizing quantitative research, starting with the Customer Satisfaction Index, which is a form that provides a numerical measure of customer satisfaction. So we send this form for users, and then you have a number that represents the satisfaction that they have with the application. So additionally, inspecting the user error rate taken from support tickets data that Andre says in the beginning, or character says in the beginning of the presentation, is a great alternative because it's easy to obtain information and quickly demonstrate through numbers what complaints and difficult pain points that users are having. So these two approaches allow us to quantify user point of view and identify concrete areas for improvement in the user experience. Next one, please. Qualitative research. Did you change it?
No.
Qualitative. Okay, it was correct. Qualitative research. Yeah, that one. Now using qualitative research, we can analyze all data. And the carrying out quantitative activity first is that they allow us to understand where the problem are in the application, where the user's flow stops, where they cannot finish, where they become confused. And then now roles intend to conduct interviews with 5 users that don't need to be more than that, and understand their difficulties and gather insights. So Rosa used the information that she had in the surveys and what she understood were the pain points, the parts of the platform that had problems, and bring that knowledge here to the interviews, and also apply usability tests to reach the pain points that appeared in the activities above, and understand where the platforms need to be modified and how, especially how. And next, next slide, we have a UX improvement plan. So after our analysis of the platform usability, it's imperative to implement improvements. So implementing these improvements, we need to draw up a plan. Now where we are going to act, how and how long it will take. Improving our application is something that must be done over time in phases. As I told, it is a cycle of improvement.
Yeah.
In the other words, means creating an improvement plan. And I have an example in the next slide. So here we bring Amazon as example. Amazon is a company known for investing in usability improvements. Over the years, several tests have been carried out, and we have seen clear results in company's growth. It's the biggest companies in the world. So here on the right side, we have A/B tests that they conduct. These are tests to analyze the impact of design changes. They launch 2 different designs online, and they can find out which of 2 was more successful interactions, or finish the checkout, or which one they have more CTA actions, so they can compare. So this is a very smart way to invest in data-driven design and how can generate great results. So they invest in this type of tests, and then they analyze the results, they change the design, they know they will achieve their goals. And that's a cycle of change and investments. Of course, they have very good results doing that. And you can find in this QR code website that have a big list of these A/B tests made by Amazon and other companies, and you can see the difference between the design and which one were successful and why. And this is a very interesting way to learn about user experience design. And next, I will pass the word to Natalie again.
Okay, so moving on, that we understand the importance of return of investment. Let's breaking down to a formula. Return of investment. We have the we need to have a closer look at these two key components. The investment cost, so this will represent the total upfront cost associated with the project or initiative that we are evaluating, and it can include things like design fees, development costs, and any additional resources required. And we have the financial return that represent the measurable financial benefits generated by the investment. And in the context of HR Pro, this could include factors like increase the user retention, reduce support costs, or improve conversion rates. That was the goals that we saw at the beginning of the masterclass. And these benefits can be translated into a dollar value to calculate the overall financial return. So by plugging these values into a formula, if we move to the next slide, that we already have an example of the formula, we can calculate the ROI investment as a percentage, a positive return of investment that will indicate a successful investment, while a negative return of investment will suggest that the costs outweigh the benefits. And well, ROI, it's not just one piece of the puzzle. We will also consider qualitative factors like user satisfaction and brand perception when making these decisions about the future in this use case that we are using the HR Pro. So as I was saying, in this formula, it is a really simple formula, but as you see, just in this first explanation that we were talking about, we have all this planning before that we need to take in consideration to have this data and to know if our investment it's a success or not. So this return of investment is a valuable tool, but it's not the whole picture. We will also consider the factors that I was saying before. And we also need to understand that its components can make data-driven decisions and ensure that our investments contribute to the success of our platform. Looking at the specific example of the investment that Andre did on his company, so using the formula and putting into action, looking at the scenario, Andre's company scenario, to illustrate how return of investment is calculated. Andre company invested 100K in improving his platform, and the investment costs. So this 100K was the initial investment that he placed in the project. Now, let's say that improvements lead to a positive outcomes like the increase of the customer satisfaction. So happier customers, users are more likely to stick around, leading to a higher customer retention. That was one of the goals that we saw at the beginning that Andres company has. Reduce user error rate. So a more user-friendly platform means fewer errors, so potentially increasing the efficiency and the productivity of the HR professionals. And these positive outcomes can translate into financial gains. And in this hypothetical example that we are using with Andres' company, we can assume that the increased customer satisfaction and the reduced error rate translated into a revenue increase to 200K. So in this case, the financial return represents the additional revenues generated by the improvements. So you have here the example of the results that Andres has in his company. So this means that the 100K invested was a fully recovered and generated an additional rounded 100K revenue. And it's important to remember that in this hypothetical scenario, the actual return of investment of the HR Pros improvements will depend on the specific costs of the benefits of the project. However, this example demonstrates that the power of the return of investment is a tool to measure the effectiveness of our investment. By calculating this return of investment, we can make informed decisions that we talked about before, and we can make informed decisions and about the resource allocation and prioritize project with the greatest potential that of the financial return. So as we were saying before, we Andres at the beginning was having some difficulties to plan and to create a roadmap for those improvements, and this will help him to make decisions and continues in the cycle, as Rafaela said. So moving on to the end of our masterclass, Rafaela.
Okay, the takeaways. We can move to the next slide. And here we want to summarize our finds in this masterclass. And remember the points that we covered. It's very important to apply measurements and guidance to the performance of the design projects, treating it with the same level of care as the revenues and costs of other areas such as marketing, employers, developers, and so on, because experience design can have a significant impact on the business. And break it down internal barriers between different design domains, including physical, digital, service design, to ensure a cohesive and seamless user experience. This means taking design beyond prototype and use it as a tool to evaluate and modify services and process. The activities we describe in this masterclass can be done for many types of products, service, and process. Okay, make user also a user-centered design is a shared responsibility across the organization, and ensure everyone is committed to deliver exceptional experience. This is building a design culture and understand that not only the designers has to worry about the end user, but developers, managers, administrators as well. So the more the company focus on putting the user at the center of decisions, the more successful it will be. And finally, recognizing ROI as a crucial metric to evaluate the return generated by investments in design. Having control over the amount of investments and generating continuous improvements in the business is the smartest way to grow. So here I finish my speech, and I pass the floor over to Natalie to end this masterclass.
Okay, so before I let you go, and João, if we still have time, I just want to, we all just want to share with you that all this information that we try to share in this masterclass is just a tip of the iceberg because, for example, in this formula, we show a little simple formula to calculate the return of investment, but there's a lot of other different ways to calculate and understand uh, the impact of our investment in the success of our applications. And we are preparing a workshop, intensive workshop, to go deeper on these topics because we consider that they are really important to the success of any company, to look in a user-centered approach and look at the user experience in a strategic way in all of the areas of your business. So this workshop have the main goal to equip all the stakeholders with the knowledge and skills necessary to evaluate and improve the return of investment of their products, their application, their services, through a user-centered approach. Things that we would like to talk more and explain a little better in this workshop. How to design experience that drive conversions and revenue, understand the psychology behind user behavior and the spending, implementing UX statics proven to boost customer lifetime value that we saw at the beginning was an issue for Andres' company. He didn't know how to do it, and align your UX efforts with a clear financial goal. So here you have a link to see more detail about this workshop. I'm sure that João, we will have this on the YouTube descriptions as
Yeah,
well.
we'll
Uh,
have.
you can also send questions to us if you have any doubts about it, anything that you want to know, even about this masterclass, any question that you have, please share with us or comment on your video. Just to sum up in this, well, if you are asking now, what can we get on this course? The goal is to learn exactly how user experience can affect your business outcomes, help you to identify where you are losing money on your product or service, and a tax for a plan have that in consideration, and not just making changes without knowing what is happening. Know how to implement changes that directly boost your profits and your business success, and know how to delivering a standout user experience that keep customers coming back to your service, your app, your products. And well, that's what we want to share. Thank you very much for spending this time with us, and I hope it was meaningful and relevant for you all.
Yeah, I'm sure it was Natalie and Rafaela. I think that the people at home really got the insights and the tip of the iceberg, as you called it before, Natalie. But yeah, let me reinforce what Natalie said. Be sure to check all the links on the description of this video. You will have the data that Rafaela brought up to this presentation. You will have the article that Natalie and Rafaela wrote about this, and you will also have the link to the presentation of this workshop. And also, if you want to see if you want to register for the workshop, you will also have the link for it on the description of this video. And yeah, with that said, thanks Natalie and Rafaela. Uh,
Thank you.
it was
Thank
amazing. And thanks for the ones that almost stood by till the end of this presentation. And see you all at the workshop. And stay tuned for more content like this on our YouTube channel. And see you in a bit. Bye.
Bye bye.
Right.